the Legal Corner podcast series. Welcome to today's episode of The Legal Corner, a podcast which covers a variety of legal issues to keep you informed. Hosted by attorney-at-law Colin Dinoon and communications specialist Leonardo Torres.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Legal Corner podcast series. I am happy to be a part of your Saturday routine once more. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at the European Union, and we are on the road again today, and we are in Miami, and we are going to be talking to Mrs. Vera Zambrano, who is the lead attorney at the law firm of Zambrano and Associates. Just to tell you a bit about her, she is an international attorney, and in 2018, she founded her law firm, quickly expanding its reach internationally within 3 years. She presently leads a dynamic international team based in Germany and the USA. Notably, she is a proud member of the International Bar Association and has earned recognition for her proficiency in mediation and resolution of high conflict cases. She would have served as a lecturer at Berlin University of Economics and Law, imparting a wealth of knowledge and experience to aspiring legal professionals. Her contributions to the legal field have earned her prestigious accolades, including the Boutique Law Firm of the Year award at the Berlin Prestige Awards 2020, the award Most Innovative and Modern Legal Practice, and recommendations in several media outlets. Attorney Zambrano actively participates in various legal networks and associations, including the Berlin Bar Association, the IBA, German American Lawyer Association, and several others. Her commitment to continuous professional development is evident through her advanced training in mediation law, interrogation techniques, psychology of interrogation methods, insolvency administration, commercial law, and international family law. The goal of her law firm is to serve all clients from around the world with the most suitable and tailored legal solutions that fits their needs best and provide unique solutions to solve their legal problems and help them get back on track with their lives. So good day to you, Vera, and welcome to Legal Corner podcast series.
Thank you so much, Colin, for having me today.
Lovely. We're going to get right into it because we have a very interesting topic that we are talking about today. So tell us, what led to the creation of the European Union?
So when we look at the European Union, we have to see that it developed after the Second World War, right? So in Europe, the Second World War was finished in 1945, and the European Union took its first steps in 1951. The European Coal and Steel Community. So that was the very first cornerstone to foundation. And then several European countries, they sought to get closer economically, socially, and politically to create growth and military security, and also to create peace, right? So peace was the most important goal for the European Union and the biggest reason for the foundation.
How many member states are there?
So when we look at the European Union, we have currently 27 member countries, and all of those allow the free movement of goods, the free movement of capital, services, the people between all the member states, right? So there's free movement between all those 27. And the founding member states were 6 countries. So it was France, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Germany. When you want to know what the last country was that joined the European Union, it was Croatia in 2013. So a little bit over 11 years ago.
And what is the nature of the relationship among member states?
Well, that's a very good question. So initially it was to provide peace, right, between, enemies, right? France and Germany were the biggest enemies back then in the Second World War. So I think the main reason to create peace was once, right, initiated. But nowadays we see a lot of big differences, right? Big issues because all those member states are very, very different in their policies, right? Political governments, cultural differences, language barriers. So I would say these days we have more differences than actual similarities. So the nature itself, we see a lot of countries that, they want to exit, actually, like a lot of citizens are, dissatisfied with the European Union because it's a big political instrument, right? So everything is slowed down. It's very bureaucratic. It's technocratic, right? It takes a long time to pass laws and to be actually flexible and also the benefits for the citizens in those member states is not very obvious anymore these days, right? And we see, it was to provide peace in the beginning, but now we have the war in Europe, right? Ukrainian war in the middle of Europe for more than 2.5 years. So, to say that we were successful in providing peace, it's questionable.
What is the organizational structure of the EU?
The organizational structure itself is that we have 7 main institutions, right? So we have the European Parliament that passes the law, right? Legislative body. The Council of Ministers is also legislative. And all the ministers come from each member state, from all the 27 member states. The European Commission, right, is an executive body, has a president and commissioners. And then we see the European Council, the Court of Justice of the European Union, especially for us as attorneys, very important. And the European Central Bank is also a very important financial institution, right? Centralized. And then we have the European Court of Auditors, which is a decision-making body.
At this point, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Vera, before the break, you were just giving us an overview of some of the institutions that make up the organizational structure of the European Union. I want to switch gears a bit now and I want us to talk about the European Court of Human Rights. Can you tell us what role does the European Court of Human Rights play in the European Union?
So the European Convention of Human Rights, right, short ECRHR, this is very important that it has, in general, nothing to do with the European Union. So it is a treaty, right? This is an international treaty that is designed to protect the human rights and the basic freedoms. But it's disconnected from the European Union as a body. So when we look at the European Convention of Human Rights, it is there to protect as a safety net to protect individual rights of citizens in the member states. But those individuals, for example, Italian citizen, a French citizen, and a German citizen, they have to go to their own courts first, right? And go all the way up, appeal court, Supreme Court, go all the way up until they have reached the highest court. And if only then they are still, seeking justice, right? And they still want to proceed, then they can actually call the European Convention of Human Rights. So yes, that's a safety net. It's not the first place where you can turn to.
Yes. And just to clarify, the European Court of Human Rights, so after they reach their highest court in their country, then they can go to the European Court of Human Rights.
Yes, exactly. And they have to provide, the general rights to all the European citizens and to seek justice, right, for those who have claimed the ladder all the way up and have still not been, served justice.
Lovely. Now, I know you practice law across the United States and Germany. So tell us, what has been your experience practicing law across jurisdictions?
Yes, so practicing cross-border cases is a very challenging, a very exciting task, right? Because it involves not only like different citizens from different countries, but also different jurisdictions, right? We have different backgrounds of the legal systems, culturally, socially, politically. So first, when a client comes and they have a very difficult case between different countries, we have to look at where is the jurisdiction, where is the applicable court that we have to address, right? And do a lot of research to not take the wrong court, to be on the right path, and then to consider all the information we have, right? To consult the client and to represent the client in the best interest. So yeah, every situation, as you know, as you're an attorney yourself, every situation is very different, right? Very unique. Everyone has a different background. Everyone has a different goal, right? A different target, and a different legal problem. So cross-border is very exciting. I can highly recommend it to, any colleague, but it's also very, challenging, right? Because you have to do a lot of research in order to get out the best outcome for your client.
Lovely. Vera, this has been a great conversation. How can persons get in contact with your law firm?
Yes. So my company is all over the internet. I believe you can get in contact via email, right? Telephone, right? We have some websites. When you Google law firm Vera Zambrano and Associates, the email address is lawyer-berlin-miami.com. Yes, and our offices are available 24/7, so you will always get a very shortly response.
Lovely. Great chatting with you, Vera, and all the very best.
All the best to you too, Colin.
Thank you for listening to the Legal Corner podcast series. For more information, please visit us at our Facebook or Instagram pages or send your comments to thelegalcornerpodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you.